Mathematicians, to me, when they see a problem, they try to distill it to its most important essence. They try to discard everything peripheral, and I think this is the mindset that mathematicians at Desco bring to their work, and that's what's so valuable.
I'd say by and large the things that I work on are looking for patterns in market data and programming computers to find those patterns and then building the best trading system we know how to build.
What you're kind of trying to understand is something which is the world is really trying to make it look like random noise. But if you can build on progressively deeper understanding, then you can see inside that some structure that is basically invisible to the rest of the world.
We've used some pretty arcane mathematics as well as very complicated computer science from machine learning, maybe some amount of Feynman diagrams from theoretical physics. You can think of the partition function in physics, which is used in statistical mechanics in a essential way, is not so different from certain kinds of utility functions that you might use in finance.
So it's like a little island within finance of thinking like a mathematician.
The financial markets in general is a mix of two things. So it's a problem of like, how does the world figure out how to use its resources, and how do those resources get allocated across this system? So you have sort of a very complicated physical system. On top of that, you have how does the world guess how that is going to evolve? And so you have like a system of cognition on top of that. And we're building kind of like one of those layers that's understanding what's going to happen next.
And our predictability is just a few basis points typically, because the markets are pretty noisy and pretty efficient. So there's not a whole lot of predictability. And so the challenge is to look for low signal in an environment with lots of noise.
Research mathematicians will get really obsessed with something and willing to invest years in kind of tracking this down. I think we have some of the same tenacity here. There's got to be a solution to this problem. There has to be a way to do it better than we're doing it.
The one thing that really carried over from my PhD program is the mindset of how to approach very open-ended problems.
What exactly makes a research question valuable in all circumstances, even between both my time at Desco and also my time in math research. It's a very subtle question that has a lot of right answers. And I think overall it comes down to thinking about, okay, what does answering this question tell me additively about my model of the world?
A physicist will often say, what are the essential parts? How do I build a toy model? But the toy model should be something that's tractable but not simplistic. And I think we really tried to achieve that balance, partly inspired by our experiences in science.
And so sometimes in the morning I wake up and I'm really excited to see, oh, I think my experiment finished running overnight. I really want to know what the results are and then plan my next set of experiments.
We're willing to really invest in solving hard problems. And it's amazing what you can do with large groups of people working together, trying to solve hard problems. And I feel it's a real competitive advantage for Desco because it doesn't feel like there's too many places that are willing to embark in that type of open-ended research within this applied setting.
The way that we test and refine ideas really is an iterative and also collaborative process.
It goes into this process of wisdom of the crowds where we try to evaluate the sort of group consensus opinion about which ideas are most likely to work.
We have a very writing-oriented collaboration culture. It's really good in several ways because when I write down details of my project and give an update, it forces me to think through a lot of the steps very carefully, justify them rigorously.
And then we also take it into the realm of peer review, where we have often colleagues or other people review what we've done to really understand it from a different angle.
A lot of it comes down to listening quite carefully to what people say.
And you really feel as a mathematician that you can speak to power in your own mathematical language and be understood, which is something that doesn't happen in many, many places of the world.
I would say that if you enjoy the analytical rigor of math and the beauty and abstraction of math, but you also really enjoy kind of seeing it being reflected in the real world, then I would say this is kind of the perfect job for that.
They are not in domains where there is a framework that is well established and well accepted and adopted across the community of practitioners.
I find that the most exciting ideas are often the ones that break the mold in some ways. And this applies both to math and to my work in finance. And so I'm always excited by the unknown that's one step beyond what we can know and do.
We are within our own sphere. I think we are pushing the boundaries of human knowledge. It's super exciting.